So there are two types of experiments that we're talking about. As I was saying already, is the validation. That allows you to basically cut the effort, cut the time, and get some quantitative results. And the other one is a A/B test or multivariate test. In the A/B test, you basically show the users two options of the same feature or multiple options of the same feature, and you measure which one of them performs better. So let's talk first about the validation experiments. So when I say that you're able to launch or you're able to validate an idea with less effort, is because a validation experiment is usually around giving the impression of the feature, but not building the feature itself. And there are different ways of how you can do it. So I'm not going to go through all of them because some of them are quite self-explanatory. Let's say marketing, you can build a landing page for the product or for the feature where you communicate the value proposition and you, for example, allow people to sign up, like you put an interest form there. Are you interested or do you want to buy it? You could allow people to pre-purchase it, like do pre-orders, and that allows you already to gauge the interest. You don't have to build the product itself, just put out this landing page interest form, you put marketing on it, you put advertisement on it, and that allows you to cheaply and quickly test if people are interested in what you have to sell. That's usually if you're launching a new product, and it works really well for physical products, but also for apps. For example, what Revolut, the fintech app, does to test a new market is they build a landing page and a sign-up form for a new market. For example, they recently launched in Malaysia. They allowed people from Malaysia to sign up for Revolut. They generated thousands of people signing up. But since then, nothing changed. They still cannot use Revolut because probably they just wanted to test the market. And they probably saw, oh, it's not big enough. Not enough people are interested. So we're not going to spend time and effort to launch in Malaysia. And that's also how you could do it. A coming soon button would then be something that lives more like in your product. Sometimes features are so self-explanatory that you can just make a button saying like a name of the feature and say coming soon. Like let's say you have a product that doesn't have an analytics feature yet. So then you could put something in your navigation bar called analytics. And when users click on it, you can have a pop-up like, oh, sorry, coming soon. Then you can measure how many people are interested, how many people are actually clicking into it. But the downside is you're disappointing. You're setting your users up for failure. So that's not something you would necessarily want to do. And also engagement metrics are quite fickle. Like, okay, someone would click on the button does not mean someone would actually start using your analytics features. So what is a little bit more powerful, but also much more harder to set up is what we call the Wizard of Oz prototype. So Wizard of Oz basically describes the magic that happens around a product, because there's a way to make features or products work without actually building them. An example for that could be the Slack bot. So all of us have used the Slack bot. The Slack bot allows us to get things done much more easily. And how they tested it is not they built the Slack bot and then launched it. They actually invited a new user called Slackbot into Slack channels of their customers, and they started messaging people saying, hi, I'm Slackbot, just message me with any task and I will get it done for you. So then people started using like these remind me of this, and then they would manually reply, like a person would manually reply back, okay, I'm going to remind you of XYZ in XYZ. And then they just set a manual timer and reminded the person. The person like, oh my God, this is so cool. So they validated this idea without building it.